there's a lot of support out there to start addressing the mass incarceration issue. And I do think that you have to kind of take a zoom out a little on the mass incarceration issue and first guess, why is there mass incarceration? Why are people of color so disproportionately in prison? I think a lot of it has to do with systemic racism. I think a lot of it has to do with socioeconomic issues of what lawyer you can afford. But I do think that there's front-end ways you can help it and back-end ways in the system. So front-end, I do think bail reform is a good policy because as we know as criminal defense attorneys, one of the biggest indicators of the success of your case is whether your client is out of jail.
Sure.
So if right now, it's more about money. If you have money, you can get out of jail. If you don't have money, you probably stay in jail. And so bail reform would help with that. I also think at a front-end policy is transparency with the police officers. Police officers need to have body cams. They need to be able to know what's going on with them. Back-end stuff, I've always, and this is not something that I could probably really do in Congress, but it's something that I've really always questioned in our criminal justice system is we don't question the jury's verdict at all. We don't question whether they followed the law. There's no transparency with juries. I had an appeal case with clear juror misconduct. I won a motion for new trial on a separate issue, but on the juror misconduct, there was a refusal to go behind the scenes and question it, even though there was clear racism going on in the jury room. And I think that if we're so concerned about what's going on the front end, why do we just sit back and say, oh, if a jury returned that verdict, it must be fact? Well, and it's a finality over accuracy there, and then you can't get these wrongful convictions overturned.